So I've been dying to get a better look at this trailer. I mean, I've already seen it like a bajillion times, but I want to literally go beat by beat, break down every single thing that I see in it that's like super, super crazy. So yeah, we're just going to get into this. But first, the trailer's fire. I'm going to watch it day one. You guys already know. Let's get into it. Now we got Roger coming up, and Roger looks absolutely incredible. I love all the little details. I love how he looks like grimy. You know what I mean? If I just go back to it, which this video will be long, like very long. I'm just gonna let you know right now. Roger's walking up to the execution stand, and of course we see some interesting characters in the crowd, but I'm not gonna go like completely ham and totally fanboy like an insane person. But we see some pretty interesting figures in this crowd. We might see even more, which would be absolutely sick, because Oda's really been pushing this specific scene as like one of the moments of the series, which it absolutely is. So I'm excited to see more. We have his Jolly Roger right there on the back of his coat. Looks absolutely sick. Roger's actor as well is great. The mustache, the look, he just feels, he exudes the energy of Goldie Roger, and I love it. Love it so much. The effects looking crazy. Loving the outfits. We see Nami with a cute little bandana as well. Love that. With the flower on it. It's from a cover story, which many of the outfits are, but that one I saw in specific and really wanted to point out. We see a lot of Usopp and Sanji in this trailer as well. We see Garp, who is absolutely just a demon. Love to see him, especially at Roger's execution. It's super, super sick to see. Oh my god, this is just... He laughed. He laughed before he dies. Oh my god. And seeing him just absolutely elated as the crowd is drawn into this massive frenzy, it's just, it's so cool. It's so cool.
So what do you say? Are you with me?
This was great. The news coup looks absolutely amazing. Just like the, you know, the Sea Kings. It just looks amazing. I think the CGI in this is really, really good. And I can't wait to see what other fun little wacky creatures Oda has drawn. It's just turned into a pretty well done CGI interpretation. And the news coup, he's flying off. He's like, I'm not dealing with this. You're not giving me money? And that was a pretty funny gag from Luffy. We see the barrel. Alvida's ship looking absolutely amazing. We actually see Alvida as well. This I'm actually very interested in. What exactly is happening in this scene right here? We get this little chest here as well with a world government symbol, which is really interesting to me. I'm curious what's going to be in the chest, why there's a huge, like, you know, like explosive flare coming out of it. Maybe it has to do with the chest. I mean, we've seen something like that later on in the story, so that could be interesting.
It's ready.
This was great. This was great. The actual real life crappy Jolly Roger that Luffy makes, I love it. I honestly, if they sell this, I'll probably cop one. This is just so perfect.
We are.
I like seeing Nami just pissed with the glass on, like, really?
Straw Hat Crew.
Straw Hat Crew. Love that.
Up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands.
Oh my god, that effect looks crazy. I'm gonna have to see that again. That effect is just so wild. I'm trying to figure out what ship that is, though. Oh, I know exactly what ship this is, and I'm gonna keep it a bit hush-hush, but this has me very excited. Very, very excited. Ooh.
Bigger islands.
Okay.
Bigger pirates.
Now, oh, okay. So we got rapid fire stuff right there. Very rapid fire things. So we get Buggy's group, which obviously, you know, I'm a huge Buggy fan. You guys probably know. But this has me very, very excited if we're going to get a little, like, spin on the Orange Town arc to make it more bombastic. You know, the bombastic Buggy, you know how it is. And it seems very much more circus-themed than the original arc, which has me very excited because Oda obviously has gone to some pretty crazy extremes as the story has continued onward with arcs that are completely off the wall. And if Orange Town gets more of a, you know, late game One Piece feel to it, I think that would be pretty awesome. So I'm super excited for this. Now this Shouts to my man Mihawk. His sword looks absolutely amazing, and they show it in better detail later, but just, oh my god. This fight has me also just incredibly excited. And this, I've got to say, shouts to my man Mary. He's looking incredibly accurate, and I love how in this trailer they kept the mystery of everything in this arc. Super, super cool, and I really respect them for keeping Mary as this weird sort of sheep-looking human. I love that, because it shows that they actually care a lot about the wacky designs that Oda's made, as well as trying to make them a bit more realistic. It's like this pretty cool blend, and it's pretty good. They even got him having a weird kind of sheep-like nose, too, to add to it.
We're gonna find the One Piece.
Now this I really like. I really, really like. So Zoro in a well. A lot of people were like confused on that, but if you know the Zoro versus Mihawk fight, Mihawk specifically says you're like a frog in a well who's just come out to see the world, and having that imagery in the show itself, super, super cool. I can't wait to see how that's interpreted.
Chiefly making enemies everywhere we go.
And then more buggy stuff. Again, this is looking incredibly, incredibly well crafted. Loving the scenery, the big top, you know. It looks super cool. If this is on Buggy's ship, which is known as the Big Top, this would also be pretty cool. We see some goats in here. We see Kabaji. We don't see Richie, though. Need to see Richie. That would be great.
Where we go.
Buggy's gonna go crazy. We see Buggy's powers, and they look amazing. Super excited to see this. Oh my god. That's gonna be something. I really like, again, on the mystery. Like, this looks so cool. The claw sword stuff. And again, we don't really see who it's going to be in this trailer. Very good decision. And obviously, I'm keeping that a spoiler.
They are hunting you.
Now, this had me very interested, because this, in the original story, does not happen. We don't see any fishmen until the arc after this one, so having them be introduced earlier, I think is pretty interesting. And I'm curious to see why exactly we're getting them here, and how this is going to tie into the story as a whole, you know? And I'm really, really excited to see this, because Sanji's fight choreography, I think, is really cool. Like, really, really cool throughout most of this trailer. So, that, I think, is going to be awesome. Because I was gassing up Zoro this whole time, but Sanji also, you know, he's showing up. And I love that little moment from Usopp. It's too funny. Like, why did Usopp do that? Why did Usopp do that? It really just feels like Usopp, even though it's different. It's just the sort of, you know, the weird... I don't know. I don't know how to even describe it. Just, that's something Usopp would do. And I like it. Oh my god. The set design here. It looks so crazy that all of this is physical. That drives me crazy. Like, they built the Baratier. They built the Going Merry. So cool. I love this little outer setting. It makes the Baratier feel so much more lively, especially that it's at some dock thing instead of just completely on the sea, because there's a bunch of other ships here, obviously. It feels very lively, and I like it a lot.
Our crew.
This, I have to bring up this. You know, Usopp is one of my favorite One Piece characters, and seeing him, who often goes by Captain Usopp, you know, seeing him in the pirate wear that he wore in a super early color spread, that was great. Super, super great. And again, they're doing a lot of these early color spread stuff, so I'm liking it a lot. We see Luffy, Nami especially, Usopp, Zoro. It's cool. We get to see them in different outfits than they usually wear. Like Luffy, he doesn't usually wear stuff like this. Like, he's looking like Mario right now. And it is kind of strange, but honestly, I don't really mind. But Usopp looks great. The walk scene.
Can handle anything.
I'm not going to say anything about that. Then we see, and then we see. Now we get to the part that is very interesting to me. So we're at the Baratier here, still. But my guy, Arlong, is at the Baratier. And that has me very, very intrigued, because Arlong should not show up until the arc after, which is literally called Arlong Park. So I'm incredibly interested to see why he's here. Incredibly. And I will say, at first, I wasn't that fond of the way that Arlong looked. I'll just say it straight up. I thought that the other fisherman that they showed, whose name is Kurobi, looked way more accurate and pretty great But Arlong honestly does look pretty good. He fits the Arlong vibe a lot. Like I said, the Fishman, like, facial features look pretty good. The nose is the one thing that bothers me. But honestly, if the nose was like as long as me to this wall, which it usually is in One Piece, it would be pretty jarring. That's why they didn't do that with Usopp as well. But Arlong's nose does look pretty accurate to what a sawfish looks like. So it's pretty cool. And he's got the fit down 100%. He's exuding Arlong vibes. I like it a lot.
You're my captain from now until the end.
Now that Zoro scene has me incredibly interested as well. That's definitely going to be after his fight with Mihawk. So I'm very, very curious to see how that's going to lead into it. Because I felt something. When he said that, I felt something. So I can't wait to see what happens there. We see some of Arlong Park. Looks absolutely crazy. We're getting one of the best scenes in One Piece, which I'm going to say nothing about. Now that... Okay, well, we're going to get to that in seconds. But when Luffy said that, I truly started feeling like Iñaki is Luffy. I truly, truly was feeling that. Because he's definitely got the goofy nature of Luffy down, And that's a very good sign. But he got serious, and I'm like, okay, let's see how this is gonna go. And I have a lot of hope, especially because of the delivery, the way he was very serious throughout all of this. And now, of course, we get our main man, Shanks, who looks absolutely great. The scar looks chef's kiss. We get his little cloak as well. He's looking great. And it's very interesting because he has the straw hat at this point. So this is definitely early on in the story. Excited to see. Probably episode 1. So very, very excited to see Shanks. Right after we get Mihawk, who also looks absolutely amazing. They did the contacts. They got the hair. They got the hat. He looks crazy. The cloak looks super clean. I think Mihawk looks fresh to death. It's fresh to death. And I'm really excited to see his fight with Zoro, because the Zoro choreography, as I've been saying, in this and the first trailer, were pretty great. So I think this is going to be great, like completely genuinely. The sword looks awesome. It actually is pretty to scale, which is the craziest part. So very excited. Sea King looks great again. Sanji looking great again. Luffy with the Gum Gum Gatling. Oh my god. And like the effects here, it looks so creepy, and I love it. I love how disgusting it looks. It's just like this is something Luffy absolutely would do and does do very early in the story. So seeing it seen as this like creepy thing feels great, because at the beginning of the story, this is meant to be like devil fruits are this like curse, and they're something that people should never have. And seeing something this, which is like super creepy, is awesome. It really nails home the point of devil fruits being like a bad thing. We also get the scene where Shanks gives Luffy the straw hat. Incredibly excited to see that. Obviously, that's one of the best scenes in One Piece. So I'm very excited to see that.
I'm Monkey D. Luffy.
And then he says the thing.
And I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
I love it. He's so cool with it. He's like, yeah, this is what we do. And it looks like he's saying that during the Buggy arc. I see some stripes on the top. I see a big pole. That could be like the big top background, obviously. Really liking that. He's going to say to Buggy, which is especially great because Buggy also has a lot of lore when it comes to that type of stuff. We see the actual Straw Hat logo as well on the Mary, which is just sick. Looks super great. And after we see the name reveal, we get this amazing wall. We see a bunch of very important characters. We see Alvida, who's obviously in this section of the story. We see a super late game character, Cavendish. Shout out to my guy Cabbage. You guys know what's up. We can't see everyone, unfortunately, but we do see a lot of cool stuff. We see world government posters. We see a bunch of anti-pirate propaganda. It's pretty awesome.
I didn't know there were so many.
We see Foxy, who was a huge meme in the One Piece community, so that was absolutely insane to see. I had to put that up on the community post for it because this is just, it's crazy. It's crazy. And we also see
It's terrible.
an absolutely amazing One Piece character, Bellamy. Oh my god, I love Bellamy. But we're not going to get to that. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk about in this scene is the acting for Kobe, because the actor just killed it. It was absolutely amazing.
I didn't know there were so many pirates.
It's terrible. I know, right? Where's my face?
And that too. That too. Because all that is completely new. That was a completely original scene that was not in the manga at all, not in the anime, not in any of it. But seeing Kobe and Luffy have that dynamic, like, Kobe views piracy as such a bad thing and Luffy views it as such a good thing. And Luffy wants to be that guy. He wants to be known. He wants to be, you know, who doesn't want to be Foxy? Who doesn't want to be up there with Foxy, you know? But I just loved it. It really, really sold the dynamic, and it showed to me that they really got the vibe of One Piece. You know what I mean? It really got the sort of oppressive nature of wanting to be a pirate, wanting to see the world, versus the way that pirates are viewed as like these horrible, disgusting people, with people like Arlong, obviously. And they didn't show everything, which I think is the craziest part. Like I said, they had a lot of mystery in the thing as well, which is great. They are constantly keeping people in suspense. Like, there's a bunch of action, but there's also a bunch of intrigue. Like, oh, what's going on here? And obviously, I've been saying this over and over. I'm not going to tell you what's going on here. But I'm really happy that they didn't just reveal everything like most movie trailers do nowadays. And with One Piece being, I assume, 6 to 8 hours long worth of content, because it's 8 episodes, and it's probably going to be 45 minutes to an hour with credits. So I'm just super excited. I love how much they showed and didn't show at the same time, as well as a lot of the new stuff they're doing. Like that scene with Zoro talking to Luffy after his fight, and Kobe and Luffy looking at the bounties. I'm super excited. And yeah, that's really going to be it for me. My favorite parts of the trailer by far were this scene right here, you know, because I'm a huge nerd and I love Bellamy and Foxy. So that was pretty cool to see. I love all this stuff with the fisherman at the Baratier. That looked very, very interesting, because obviously that is completely different than in the manga. I am incredibly excited to see this scene with Nami, Luffy's fight with Arlong. I think it's going to be amazing. But let me know what your guys' favorite part was down below, because genuinely, I'm more excited for this than I've ever been. And I'm a pretty hopeful guy when it comes to the show. I think it's going to be good overall, get a lot of new people into the community, but seeing that it actually has a level of quality and love for the series, like, they did not need to show Cavendish. They really did not need to show Cavendish. That was crazy. That was crazy. They really didn't need to do that. But, like I said, they didn't need to do it, but it shows that they have a huge affinity and care for this world, for this series, and it makes me super excited. Their continuity advisor is a madman. So, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to watch the show if you want to watch it, because I think it's going to be great.